Ladies and gentlemen, friends, fighters, dreamers, believers, and even the skeptics in the room, let me begin today with a simple but powerful declaration. No more excuses. No more hiding behind circumstances. No more blaming the system. No more pointing fingers at your past, your parents, your boss, your teacher, or your partner. No more saying, I could've, I would've, or if only. Today, we draw the line. We stop giving our power away to external things we cannot control, and we reclaim the internal force that no one can take from us. Ownership. The lie of the excuse. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to feel better about not showing up as our best selves. They're soothing, they're addictive, and worst of all, they're liars. Excuses are dream killers. Excuses are silent thieves. Excuses disguise themselves as good reasons. But what they really do, they rob you of your growth. Let me ask you something. How many times have you let an excuse stand in your way? Maybe you told yourself, I don't have the time. I'm too old. I'm too young. It's not the right moment. I don't have the money. I didn't get the right education. I wasn't born into the right family. They don't understand me. It's too late. Sound familiar? And every time we say these things, we allow fear to win. We allow procrastination to win. We allow comfort to take the driver's seat in our lives. But let me tell you something that might sting. Every excuse is a choice. It's a choice to stay average. A choice to remain stagnant. A choice to postpone the life you were born to live. Pain is real, but so is power. Let's not confuse excuses with pain. Pain is real. Life throws curveballs. People leave us. Businesses fail. Tragedies happen. But even in that pain, you have a choice. You can let pain become your prison or your platform. Take a moment to think about the people who inspire you most. The legends, the icons, the everyday heroes. Do you think they got there without pain? No, they got there because of the pain. They took the bricks that life threw at them and built a staircase to rise. They took the betrayal, the rejection, the failure, and turned it into fuel. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. He could have made 1,000 excuses. Instead, he changed the course of a nation. Oprah was abused and poor. She could have disappeared into bitterness. Instead, she became a global force. Stephen Hawking was given 2 years to live after being diagnosed with ALS. Instead of giving in, he changed the world of science. Excuses? They didn't have time for them. They had work to do. Ownership, the ultimate superpower. There is one habit, one mindset, that separates winners from whiners. It's not talent. It's not money. It's not luck. It's ownership. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You stop expecting a break, and you create one. You stop negotiating with laziness, fear, and mediocrity. You say, I am not a victim. I am not my past. I am not my excuse. You say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Let me ask you something. Who's in charge of your future? Who's responsible for your goals? You are. Not your family. Not your boss. Not the government. Not the economy. You. Ownership means you take full responsibility. Not partial. Not conditional. Full. When you mess up, you own it. When you fall short, you own it. When you win, you own it, too. Ownership is not about perfection. It's about accountability. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, I'm not going to blame anymore. I am going to build. The excuse economy. We live in an excuse economy. People trade and blame like it's currency. My parents didn't raise me right. My boss doesn't see my value. The system is rigged. Listen, I'm not here to deny that inequality exists. I'm not blind to the unfairness of the world. But here's the truth. You can't fix everything around you, but you can always fix what's within you. You can always choose effort. You can always choose attitude. You can always choose to rise. Don't wait for the world to get fair. Don't wait for perfect conditions. You'll be waiting forever. Instead, act anyway. Build anyway. Believe anyway. Try anyway. And when you do, something powerful happens. The world begins to move for those who refuse to wait on it. The real reason people make excuses. Why do people make excuses? It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're incapable. It's not even because they don't care. It's because they're scared. Scared of failing. Scared of looking foolish. Scared of being rejected. Scared of outgrowing the people around them. Excuses are armor. They protect us from the pain of potential disappointment. But they also protect us from greatness. Every time you say, I can't, what you're really saying is, I'm afraid to try. So let me speak directly to that fear. It's okay to be scared. It's not okay to stop because of it. Fear is normal, but courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward with it. So bring your fear, bring your doubt, bring your imperfections, but leave the excuses behind. Practical tactics to eliminate excuses. Now let's talk about action. How do you start living with zero excuses? Here are 10 practical strategies you can apply starting today. Change your language. Stop saying, I can't. Start saying, I choose not to. It forces you to take ownership of your decisions. Set alarms for accountability. Use your phone alarms not just to wake up, but to check in with yourself. Every few hours, ask, am I making progress or excuses? Surround yourself with doers. You're only as strong as the people around you. Cut toxic voices. Find accountability partners. Audit your time. Keep a time journal for 3 days. See where your hours go. Most people find they do have time, they're just wasting it. Use the 5-second rule. If you have a thought to take action, move within 5 seconds before your brain talks you out of it. Reframe failure. Stop calling it failure. Call it feedback. The only true failure is quitting. Visualize the consequences of excuses. Imagine your life 5 years from now if you keep making excuses. Let that pain drive you. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you follow through, you build self-trust. Confidence doesn't come from shouting affirmations. It comes from execution. Read biographies. Study people who overcame the odds. It will obliterate your excuses. Build daily momentum. When the morning, stack small victories. Let momentum carry you into bigger results. The fire within. At the end of the day, the only thing more powerful than any excuse is your why. When your why is strong enough, your excuses become irrelevant. Why do you want to win? Why do you want to change? Why do you want that body, that business, that relationship, that impact? Dig deep. Go beyond the surface. You want freedom? Why? You want respect? Why? You want to prove someone wrong? Why? Because until you get emotional about your mission, your excuses will always win. But once your soul is on fire, nothing can stop you. The moment of choice. Right now, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to more of the same. More doubt, more delay, more disappointment. The other leads to discipline, discomfort, and ultimately, destiny. But to walk that second path, there's one toll you must pay. No, more excuses. You must decide today that your future matters more than your fears, that your vision is more important than your victimhood, that you will no longer betray your potential for the comfort of a lie. It won't be easy, it won't be instant, but it will be worth it, because on the other side of that decision is freedom. No matter how difficult your past has been or how unfair your circumstances may seem, the moment you decide to stop justifying your stagnation with excuses is the moment you begin to reclaim your power and rewrite your destiny. Every time you rationalize your lack of progress with a convenient excuse, you delay not only your goals, but also the growth, strength, and greatness that are waiting on the other side of effort and discomfort. People who succeed aren't necessarily the ones with the best resources, connections, or luck. They are simply the ones who refuse to surrender their ambition to the comfort of an excuse. The harsh truth is that excuses are seductive lies we tell ourselves to feel better in the moment, but in the long run, they are chains that keep us bound to mediocrity and regret. If you want to lead a life of excellence, you must be willing to take radical ownership of everything: your habits, your results, your failures, your thoughts, and most importantly, your time. Excuses are always available and always convincing, but so are opportunities, and the path you walk depends entirely on which one you choose to listen to and act upon. No one ever reached their full potential by explaining why they couldn't. They did it by showing up anyway, grinding through setbacks, and proving that their willpower was stronger than any excuse. Whether you win or lose, grow or shrink, build or break, it will always come down to whether you chose action or allowed another excuse to hijack your progress. The most dangerous excuses are not the obvious ones, but the subtle, logical ones, the ones that sound like valid reasons but are really just fear in disguise. When you eliminate the option of excuses, what you're left with is an unstoppable clarity that drives focused action, relentless improvement, and a results-driven mindset. Excuses don't just delay your dreams. They deceive you into thinking that time is infinite and that your potential can wait, when in reality, Both are slipping away with every idle day. The moment you commit to doing whatever it takes, with no plan B and no excuses, is the moment your internal switch flips from passive dreaming to purposeful doing. Blaming others may feel good temporarily, but long-term power, growth, and fulfillment only come to those who are brave enough to say, "This is my life, and I am responsible for every part of it." You can make excuses or you can make progress, but you cannot do both. Every excuse you entertain is a deposit into the bank account of regret. People often say they're waiting for the right time, but the truth is that time doesn't change things. Decisions do, and the best time to stop making excuses is always now. You weren't given your dreams to shelve them every time something gets hard. You were given them to chase, to fight for, and to bring to life without apology or excuse. Stop telling the story of why you couldn't and start writing the story of how you did, because the world needs examples, not explanations. The excuse is the symptom, not the root. Dig deeper, find the fear, confront the discomfort, and choose to act in spite of it, because that's how you transform. Every morning you wake up with two choices: defend your excuses or declare your commitment, and the one you choose shapes the legacy you leave behind. When you strip away the noise, distractions, and fear, what's left is a simple truth. Excuses are optional, but greatness requires choosing discipline, courage, and responsibility every single time. No excuses, just results. When the lights go down, when the stage is empty, when the applause fades, what remains? It's not the speech. It's not the hype. It's not the motivation. It's the discipline, the grit, the refusal to give up, the relentless choice to show up, no matter what. And I want you to remember this. You were not born to be average. You were born to be exceptional. But exceptional doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you kill the excuse and feed the commitment. So the next time you hear that voice in your head say, "I can't. I'm not ready. What if I fail?" Respond with power. Say, "No excuses." Because in the story of your life, you are the author. You get to write the ending. Make it one worth reading. Now get out there and own it. No excuses, just results. Thank you.